And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended delays, but we were waiting for ShoWTimE versus sOs to finish up their game, and they have done so. We are tied up 2-2. We are diving into the ace match between these two amazing players to find out who is the final player to qualify for the Asia Closed Qualifier. We are here to find out. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hardlead, we have the German Protoss player representing Berlin International Gaming. Big esports. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from South Korea. It is sOs. And I need to fix that up. One moment. Un momento, por favor, as we do quickly sort out the UI, and bam! Beautiful. There we go. We do have our PvP before us. Probe's going to be moving out across the map. We do have our our two gate openers set up here from both ShoWTimE and from sOs, as we have taken a position here on the high ground. We did see the last game was being covered by Rotterdam. I believe Rotterdam was the only caster in that previous game, but everyone's now filing on in. You know, it's Roddy, ourselves, Steadfast as well has jumped into the series to find out who's the final player. In that last game, it was more macro oriented, did lead into the mid game. We saw 4 base versus 4 base, and I believe ShoWTimE was able to fight back. sOs was leading the series 2-1, and ShoWTimE has forced the ace match. He has a little bit more momentum going his way. But where will this lead us? Where will this go? I'm a little bit surprised that we have a tied up series. sOs has returned to the game at the start of the year after a long hiatus. And yeah, has been climbing the ranks a little bit, but for the most part, sOs is overshadowed by all the other Korean Protosses. I'm talking about Nightmare, I'm talking about even Stats, Creator, Classic, Hero as well. sOs has been, again, kind of falling a little bit behind them. So for him to go to the ace match against ShoWTimE is really impressive. Really impressive stuff here from sOs to be able to take him to the ace match and be comparable in skill to ShoWTimE, who's the second best Protoss in Europe. So really impressive here. $$, For now, we have our starting units as well. It's going to be a Stalker Sentry opener out of sOs, likewise Stalker Sentry out of ShoWTimE. Everything looking as it should. With these openers, they're very safe, very macro-oriented. With these sentries, we have access to hallucinations. We're going to be scouting each other, getting a read on what is going on, getting a read on what the follow-up tech is going to be, and whether or not there's an all-in. So very safe play by both players. I expect this out of ShoWTimE. A little bit more surprised to see this out of sOs, especially if you're maybe a newer fan of StarCraft, maybe you've never watched or heard of sOs before, but he is typically a very... he's a little bit notorious for having an aggressive reputation. He'd be very aggressive, very cheesy, very all-in years past, back when he was in his prime. So yeah, just a very safe follow-up here. You know, with age comes wisdom, and maybe sOs has mellowed out a little bit, especially during his hiatus, during his time off. It is possible. For those that are curious, sOs has not done his military service. I think a lot of people, they think that he did because he was gone for a while. He was gone for a couple of years. But no, he hasn't done his military. I believe he said that he was just focusing on some IRL commitments. I don't know if he was, like, you know, working or focusing on studies or something else. But yeah, sOs has yet to go to the military, from my understanding. ShoWTimE is going for a Twilight Council opener, going to be going into Blink. Meanwhile, sOs is going for a Stargate instead, looking for some economic damage. Oracle gets across the map. Hallucination does confirm this. The power of the Hallucination Scouts, because of this, ShoWTimE is fully aware of what's going on. He's getting in position. Stalkers are fanning out, and they are waiting in the main. Even looking to intercept. As we're going to try to focus down... that Phoenix. A little bit concerned, my game getting a little bit shaky here. Oh god. Don't lag out of BattleNet. As the Oracle gets into the middle line, is going to be able to focus down 3 of those probes. Not too bad. Ooh, before going down though, a bit of an overextension out of SOS, being a little bit too greedy. Despite the hallucination scout, he went for it anyway and did lose that Oracle in the end. Not quite worth it. 3 workers is okay, but not ideal. Behind this, SOS going to be expanding again because he opted not to go for the Stargate. He went for a Robo. This should be leading into Immortal production. There we go. Immortals are on the way. Basically, ShoWTimE, he has map control. He has the more mobile army. Has a lot of potential with Mass Blink Stalker. And SOS is going to have to take a defensive position, building up his Immortal count. The Immortals, they will make up for his lack of Stalkers, but SOS won't really have any kind of map presence. He's stuck at home. So again, a more macro-oriented or defensive play here from SOS, and ShoWTimE can be the aggressor as he is moving out. I have been having to use a VPN to cast on Korea. Here we're on Singapore and we're stuttering a little bit, so I may have to use a VPN for Singapore as well. I can't use it now, I'm already in game, but hopefully we can stay connected to BattleNet. Fingers crossed. As the force fields are thrown down, we will be able to focus on at least one of those sentries to get a Stalker as well. Pretty good pickups here, but alas, SOS loses the sentry of his own. A brutal loss. Shield batteries are on the way. We're getting saturated on 3 bases. At the same time, Adepts, they do shade in, but not going to be enough to deal too much damage. Immortal does clean them up. So far, SOS, he is holding on, bleeding out a couple of units here and there. Looking at the unit source tab, SOS in general has been able to trade a little bit more efficiently because of his Immortals. Despite the blinks, SOS has been picking up units. Oracle's going to be moving out. Good. I'm really worried I'm going to time out, actually. Like, you can see the frame, the stuttering in game. No. You can survive one game. BattleNet, please. As the Oracle gets into the main base, 3 workers going to be going down. The armies are going to be clashing here in the center of the map. We do bypass the Immortals, though. We go straight for the 3rd. ShoWTimE, the worker counts are even. Again, ShoWTimE trying to take advantage of his more maneuverable army. He's going to be able to get past. Feels casting on Singapore, man. Stalkers, they end up trying to rotate around, but once again, SOS keeps up. We do have a 4th on the way. I'm a little bit surprised we are trying to catch up in upgrades. I'm surprised that SOS, he's just completely ignoring Blink. He's going straight for Charge. So Charge on Archon Immortal is going to be SOS's composition of choice. Meanwhile, behind this, ShoWTimE is taking in a similar direction, getting into his own Charge-Lots as well as Archons, working towards the 4th base. Both players, they have the same kind of end goal. They're just getting there in different directions, or they're just getting there in different ways. In general, I think I want to favor SOS in a head-to-head fight. Ooh, big stasis trap. Uh-oh. ShoWTimE, he does get caught out. SOS getting in position to punish these Stalkers. And ShoWTimE, how will he escape? How will he try to get out of here? As he will, of course, have that blink available. You can see SOS trying to just preemptively set that up. SOS getting his army ready. Sorry, ShoWTimE getting his army ready. With recall, oh my god! That is not what I expected, and everything's gonna go down. And now here we go, we can go for a big counterattack. I was waiting for the blink, right? The blink away, maybe the Chargers come in to reinforce, but ShoWTimE lost everything. And just like that, SOS takes a massive supply lead. He's actually up in Stalkers, up in Archon, sorry, up in Immortals, up in Zealots. We have our 1-1 upgrades. +2 is not on the way for SOS. We're committing. We are pushing out. Here we go. Force fields have been thrown down. Where's the juggling? Where's the War Prison? Immortal's taking some hits. But SOS, he does have the overwhelming army. He's going to be waiting at that overcharge. Overcharge has been popped. We're forced to engage outside of range. A couple of Zealots are peeled off to head towards that 3rd base, but no, we're all collapsing here on the 4th base. It's just too much. GG gets called. And SOS will take the series 3-2, eliminating ShoWTimE and qualifying for the IEM 2024 Katowice Asia Server Close Qualifier. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, SOS. Of course, going to be repping the Asia region, going to be repping Korea, and taking down ShoWTimE. Really impressive. I mentioned before that SOS has been overshadowed by the other Koreans, by the other Korean Protoss players, like your Creators, Nightmares, Classic, Hero, even Stats, I would say. I would say that even Stats is currently in better form than SOS, so yeah, really impressive. Especially considering that this was pretty straight up. Like, there was nothing fancy here, there was nothing quirky, no cheese, no weird kind of tech path either. It was just really solid defensive play out of SOS. He was able to punish ShoWTimE by shutting down or by catching all those stalkers, and that was the beginning of things snowballing out of control in favor of SOS, was all those stalkers getting caught out, all of them going down for free, and immediately, bam, that triggered a counterattack. That triggered SOS to go across the map, to end the game then and there, to snowball out of control, and GG. GG, well played. Very well done. Very well done. And with that, for those that are curious, we have now all of our qualified players. And we can have a look at that bracket as we switch our scenes over. And we quickly refresh our Wikipedia page here. As we scroll down, we have our qualified players. We have the invited players first. It's going to be Classic, Creator, and Hero that have been invited from the side of the Protoss. Meanwhile, just underneath them, we have the qualified Protoss players. Cyan, Firefly, Stats, and SOS. SOS, of course, being the fourth qualified Protoss here for the closed qualifiers. Followed by the Terrans, we have Bunny, Byeon, Kyor, Gumiho, Coffee, and Ryung, finishing up the Terrans. And for the Zerg, we have Dark, DRG, and Shin. Again, the Korean server doesn't really have too many Zerg players. It's just Dark, DRG, and Shin. The only one missing here is Solar, but Solar gets a direct invite because he is the GSL champion. So Solar gets invited, Maru gets invited. So if you're wondering, where's Maru, where's Solar, where's Oliveira? Those are the three players that, because Oliveira is our reigning world champion, he gets a direct seed. Solar's GSL champion, Maru GSL champion. So the three of them have been invited into IEM Katowice. Meanwhile, we have 8 players that are going to be qualifying here from the Asia region. And tomorrow, we're going to be finding out who. That's what we're going to be casting tomorrow. The admins, they're going to be taking this time to actually sort out the brackets. They're going to be seeding the players. They're going to be randomizing, rolling dice, and, you know, praying to their gods. And and they're basically going to be setting up the bracket here. And again, tomorrow we will find out who makes it through. It's 16 players coming in, 16 players, and 8 qualify. 50-50. I mean, not too bad. Like, that's a pretty good chunk of players that'll make it through. Obviously, the seeded players are the favored players here. Like, dude, that's where Dark is, Bunny, Byeon, Kyor, give me like all the big names. I'm always keeping my eye on the qualified players, you know, these underdogs. Let's see if they can make it through. We'll see if any one of them is able to make a deep run. My eyes are on Shin. Shin is always a wild card. He's always kind of a big threat to players. Firefly is the dark horse. Or the dark camel. My eyes are on Firefly to see how far he can go. I really hope he does make it through. I really hope he does qualify. And DRG is my other kind of secret pick here. My big reason for wanting DRG to make it through, I don't know if you noticed something. Everyone is on a team except for DRG. DRG, he's the only big name that is not on a team currently, and I do believe that he's a really strong player. He's really good, and he needs a really good performance here in IEM Katowice to be noticed by some of these other international teams and to be considered to be picked up. So this is actually a really important event for DRG, just so he can kind of get eyes on him and can kind of like get even some of the allure of some of these other big teams, so DRG can be supported as a player. So that's kind of like his kind of big moment here. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty big day tomorrow. I should be casting alongside Yaku. Yaku of the Zaku is going to be casting alongside me. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So be sure you're a part of that. Tomorrow, again, in less than 24 hours. After we wrap up the Korean qualifiers, then it's going to be the Europe server qualifiers and the America server qualifiers. Bearing in mind that all these qualifiers are server-based, so just like how today we saw ShoWTimE, right? We just casted ShoWTimE in this qualifier. I think Mana was here earlier. I think it was just ShoWTimE and Mana, really, as European. And some other, like, we saw Aztecs, Asha. We saw some European representation, Koka. Ashbringer even. But because they're server-based qualifiers, this means that for any big Korean names, or just names in general here that don't make it through, we could see them try again in the European server qualifiers and the Americas server qualifiers as well. So there is going to be another chance for them. So yeah, we could even see some of these guys pop up in those qualifiers as well. Possible. It is possible. Again, you want to try to take as many chances as you can to make it to IEM Katowice. All the chances, all the opportunities. Here we go. And for that, from here, well, I guess we're done. We are done for the night. A bit of a shorter broadcast. How many hours? Only 2.5 hours. That's barely anything. So a bit of a shorter broadcast here tonight. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Again, congratulations to all the players that did make it into the closed qualifiers. And again, if any of your favorite players didn't make it in, there's another chance. Again, there's plenty of server qualifiers on the horizon. I say plenty. 2 more. Europe and Americas. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be heading off for the night. So we're going to be raiding another StarCraft streamer. Not too sure who, but we'll find someone to send our love to. So give them a chance. Give them an opportunity. If you want some more CranKy Duckling action, our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow. And it should be the closed qualifiers for Asia. We should be having our conclusion tomorrow. Yes, in I say less than 24 hours. I believe it's in 22 hours time. 22 hours. So mark your calendars, set your alarms, because it's going to be a big day of StarCraft tomorrow. On top of that, after the IEM qualifiers, we're going to be staying up a little bit longer because we have the House Open Cup, which is a Polish-only bi-weekly tournament. So we have some Polish StarCraft for you tomorrow as well. So if you're a fan of Spirit, Alazer, Geralt, Christianer, Papi, and many others, we got you covered tomorrow evening as well. That's yeah, it's gonna be in like 28 hours time or something. Oh, so oh, sorry, 25 hours time even. Wait, sorry, 29. Math on stream. 29 hours. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week, and enjoy DreamHack Atlanta. That's next week, of course. So make sure if you're local to the region, get your tickets and be a part of the StarCraft celebration for North America, that is DreamHack Atlanta. Otherwise, hasta luego. Bye.